National Engineering Center primarily provides three core functions: training, advisory, and information. We provide training particularly for continuing engineering education, but we have expanded our scope to provide for other technical training. We also provide advisory services in the form of technical services and consultancy. And our primary target market really is government. Our primary concern is to provide technical assistance to national government. And our projects have been with the PWH, Department of Agriculture, Department of Foreign Affairs, Department of Energy, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, and others. We also provide information because of the materials, the learning materials that we have, as well as the technical information that we have been able to accumulate over the years, that the engineering information has been an additional service so that we can help researchers as well as other consultants, possibly some of you, to have more information to do your job better. The National Engineering Center draws its resource persons primarily from the College of Engineering. Because we do have the expertise in-house, and of course we have the linkages with our alumni. They provide us with the resource persons, and that services that I mentioned a while ago, the training, information, and advisory is provided to government, industry, and other academic institutions. UPNEC focuses its support in the form of 4 pillars: basic services in energy, water and sanitation, telecommunication, transportation, health, environment, and manufacturing, with systems engineering and management at its base, and the overarching objective of providing for sustainable development for the country. NEC's goal is to provide for these resources and these services in support of national development. Now, the Learning Center, UPNEC as the Learning Center, the core functions that were mandated for the Learning Center was first and foremost is the development and conduct of continuing education courses, seminars, short courses, and workshops such as this particular course we are offering today on environment and social sustainability. The resource persons that we draw from at the moment come from World Bank and ADB. And of course, we have already trained some local experts and trainers that we can begin to tap so that in the long term, we may be able to build up the pool of resource persons that will be able to provide the training in the future. Public and information dissemination, repository of environment and socio-technical ecological data, and the development of knowledge tools useful for decision-making, monitoring, and evaluation. So if you will look at the 3 services provided by the National Engineering Center, they actually match. So the training component of NEC is the first one. The engineering information services is provided for in the second and the third. And of course, the technical development, providing for technical assistance is also embedded. And in fact, we are looking for, we have the opportunity, have the opportunity of providing for technical assistance. One local bank has already requested for the assistance of the Learning Center to help evaluate the projects that they lent out to. So we're going to do, we are negotiating for a beneficiary survey that can be done in the future. At the moment, the technical assistance is still something that we have not provided for, but we continue to have a series of courses that building on the knowledge base, okay, of the environment and social sustainability and environmental and social sustainability tools, no, that you will be needing for your respective offices. So here are some of the things that, some of the activities that we have done in the past, just running through briefly. Our first activity was the Philippine Safeguards Forum, where we actually introduced the concept of having a learning center here in the Philippines. That was in June of 2014, so 2 years ago. It was attended by 89 people from various sectors, so we had both government, practitioners, as well as academia. And that was a very optimistic, no? So optimistic and very positive response that we got that allowed us to reinforce and affirm that the Learning Center is something that we need here in the Philippines. Then the second activity in October was the training of trainers. Okay, and we identified 30 environmental, social, and legal safeguard specialists. It's composed of a multi-sectoral, transdisciplinary group because of the different aspects that we need for learning. We cannot be an expert of everything, you know? So we really have to rely on each other's specialties. Then the next activities were the involuntary resettlement training. We had the training on projects for vision and environment and social safeguards instruments and measures during implementation. Then we had the environmental and social management of construction. All of these were held at the National Engineering Center. The first time that we left out of Manila, we went to Cebu to run the environmental and social management of construction, which was the second run. So since we had that in Manila, we did the second run in Cebu. After Cebu, the following week, we went to Davao to run the Indigenous Peoples and Social Assessment. We had our training on EA tools, no? Environmental assessment tools. Then we had the Forum on Sustainable Finance. This is in cooperation with IFC, no? Which was held at Shangri-La. We had the environmental assessment and EA tools in Richmond Hotel. So, masasaya sila, no? The participants were very happy. It was a very lively seminar. So we had a good mix of participants coming from, many of them come from the electric power companies, no? From power companies. Your feedback is very valuable to us so that we know how to improve on our program offerings. We continue to reinvent and, you know, upgrade as much as we can to provide for a good and memorable learning experience for everyone.